Students, if you're watching this video, you have finished your essay using the organizer that I provided for you in class, and now you're ready to get your final copy all prepared to submit. So there's some formatting things you're going to need to do to make this look like it's in proper MLA format. So let's go ahead and begin. If you used my organizer that looks like this, the first thing you're going to do is delete anything that isn't your own words. All this stuff in blue can go. So I'm going to take a minute to do that to begin. All this stuff in blue can go. All this stuff in blue can go. And I'm going to have some other corrections to do in just a moment here. Oh boy, this is pretty long. Oh, there's some more. Need to get rid of that. I need to get rid of that. And there's just a touch more I need to get rid of. Okay. So I've gotten rid of all the stuff that isn't my own words, but I know this isn't properly formatted just yet. The next thing I need to do is I need to go ahead and go to the start of each paragraph and hit the Tab key one time to indent. So for each one, I'm going to go through and hit Tab. Now keep in mind I've got some dialogue here. Those are included as their own line. I'm going to hit Tab for each of them as well, just like this. And some of these are going to look real short. Don't let that throw you. It's still the way it's supposed to look. I'm going to go ahead and take care of all that, because remember that indenting is what's going to tell me there's a new line. I'm still indenting. Give me another minute. Okay, I'm getting close to having all of them indented. Oops, that one. Okay, next thing I need to do. See how there's this extra space in between my paragraphs right now? I have to get rid of that. Otherwise, when I go to put this in double-spaced formatting, it's not going to format properly. So I'm going to go ahead and remove it, and that includes around the dialogue. Remember, that's why you indented your dialogue if you had it. And some of these are going to look real short, but I'll bet it's looking a little bit like a page in a book you've read at some point when it looks like this, right? And you're going to see that it's all going to look great when I'm done. Let me see if there's a line there. Yep. All those extra spaces between my paragraphs have got to go before I double space my document. I'm almost there. And see, this does take a second. Make sure I got rid of that extra space there. Make sure I got rid of this one too. Oops. Okay, so now I've got all the extra spaces removed. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and type my header. So my name is Sarah Simpson. And for your teachers, you're going to put Miss Miller and Mrs. Simpson, just like that. Your class is ELA1. And the date that this is due is 6 November 2020. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give my piece a title. I can't forget to do that. My title is going to be smushed right up here on top of my first paragraph because when I'm done, it's all going to be formatted correctly. Now the title is going to be centered. So I'm going to align the title to the center, and I'm going to make sure I capitalize all the keywords. Now notice I am not making this a bigger font. I'm not making it bold. I'm not making it fancy. It's going to be the same size as all the rest of the paper. So I'm going to talk about, let's see, what do I want to call this? I'm going to call it Rolling Towards Disaster. So you want to make the title something that makes people want to keep reading, that has something to do with what you've written. Do not title it Personal Narrative Essay. That's pretty lame. So notice what else I did? I capitalized each of the key words in my title. You need to make sure you're doing the same. All right, now I'm ready to go ahead and adjust some additional formatting things. I'm going to hit Command A to select all of my text. I'm going to change my font, if I don't have it already, to Times New Roman. And I'm going to change the font size, if it's not already 12, to 12. So far, so good. All right, next thing I need to do. You can look at this and tell these margins are really tiny. A standard margin on an MLA formatted paper is a 1-inch margin. This is half an inch because when I created this organizer, I wanted to squish more onto the page, but it's not proper formatting for an essay. So now I need to set all of my margins to 1 inch. I'm going to go to File, Page Setup, and see how it says 0.5. That shows me it's 1/2 inch margins. I'm changing each margin to 1 inch, all 4 of them, top, bottom, left, and right. And I'm going to hit OK. All right, next thing I'm going to do, and I probably could have done this earlier, I'm going to hit Command A again. And I'm going to do my line spacing, because remember this essay has to be double spaced. Right now it's single spaced. I'm going to go up here to line spacing and click on it and switch it to double. All right, I'm looking pretty good. I just have one more thing I need to do to have this formatted properly. All right, next thing I need to do is add my page numbers. I'm going to go to Insert, Page Numbers, and I'm going to choose this one right here. And you can see a number pops right up on my paper. Now it's automatically going to make the number.
Hello, if you have on your BSU t-shirt or something like that, please meet down in the main lobby and we'll get a picture taken. Thank you.
Sorry about that, guys. This is just the reality of working at a school. Sometimes there's announcements. Okay, so I'm going to get up here and you can see it's inserted a page number for me, but I have to put my last name in front of the page number. So I'm going to make sure that my font is Times New Roman 12, just like the rest of my paper. And I'm going to type Simpson, which is my last name, and 1. If your name was Jones or Sanchez or whatever it is, you'd put your last name. So now my paper is beautifully formatted and ready to go. I'm going to check for a few things before I'm done. Header is double spaced. Each page has a different number in my last name. I just noticed that this didn't change to Times New Roman. See, I'm checking some things. Let me see if I can get it to change. There it goes. Okay. Highlight, Arial, Times New Roman. I'm being really particular. I'm really looking. I have capitalized all the keywords in my title. There are no extra spaces between paragraphs. Like if your paper looks like this, you have too many spaces between your paragraphs. Delete them out. The tab over, that's what tells me you started a new paragraph. You don't need those extra spaces. Get rid of them. I'm making sure I've indented each paragraph, including my dialogue. Look at that. It's kind of looking like the books I've read before. I'm scrolling down. Yep, Times New Roman. Page numbers are good. And I remember when I was doing revisions, some of these blue squiggles, I decided to override them because I wanted it to sound that way. It was on purpose. But I'm not seeing any blue squiggles that I didn't know about. I'm not seeing any red squiggles. And I think this looks pretty good. So if you turned in this paper and it looked like this, you would have proper formatting and you wouldn't be losing any points on formatting. Okay, guys, good luck making those final changes to your papers. We're looking forward to reading them soon.